It's getting to that time again, the time when we're so close to a new anime season, but I'm still standing here talking about things that came out weeks ago. Things that you've probably already decided on whether or not you're going to watch. Especially this show in particular, because it has been a constant request for quite a while now. Thankfully, though, the show in question that we are talking about today is going on for at least another course, so it's not over yet. It's only like half over, which is not the same thing. So before the new anime season kicks in, I wanted to get my thoughts out on this one. But first, new posters!
Look at their majesty, ladies and gentlemen. The subtle beauty of the fabric, the hard reflectiveness of laminate. These are the posters of beauty.
I rarely change my posters around, mainly because it's kind of a pain in the ass to do so. But hey, new posters! I haven't done this in a while, so I figured I needed to do it. At least once in a while. Let's pray that these don't fall down on me, which has happened before. Anyway, let's talk about Gate. So, stop me if this sounds familiar. Somewhere in Japan, there is this mystical, magical gateway that leads to a rather stereotypical fantasy universe, where people still fight with bows and arrows, there are some elves here and there, and the occasional magic user. Japan ends up sending in a stereotypical otaku to befriend the locals, leading to many jokes about his particular taste in the local female population. Have you stopped me yet? Yeah, I realize that this is actually an impossible task because you're watching a video, so you can't actually stop me, but you should have. But at least you should have tried, because everything I just described not only works great for this series, but it also rather accurately describes the 2013 anime Outbreak Company. Right there, however, is where the similarities stop. While Outbreak Company like to focus more on the comedy aspect of their otaku main character, as he tried to inform this new fantasy population of Japanese culture, as it were, Gate is a lot more realistic. And by that I mean the military gets involved and people start dying. To be fair though, the gate opened up in the middle of the city and outflooded an army who didn't think twice about instantly attacking local civilians. The area then evacuates, the military is brought in, and the gate comes back under Japanese control. The story thus far is of our main character Itami, who is placed in charge of a scouting unit that go out and traverse this fantasy universe attempting to befriend the locals. Also, by the end of episode 3, they befriend a sorceress, a gothic Lolita demi-goddess type thing, and a blonde elf, who thus far has spent more times without clothes than with. Something I hope gets rectified rather soon. Now, our main character and his crew from Japan have made their stance quite clear. They're attempting to be as friendly as possible, but will not hesitate to defend themselves if need be. They portray the goodness of humanity, helping out where they can. Had they been the only people from Earth in the new fantasy world, I would have expected this to be a rather friendly cultural exchange. However, I doubt that this is going to remain the case. We've already had several scenes from the American government looking to exploit the gate and the world on the other side for resources, and from what we can gather from the medieval local government, they seem to be more interested in staying in power than to give these newcomers to their world much thought, except perhaps for the perfect place to send the local lords who would oppose them, who then promptly die. Eventually, how we see this going is our main characters are going to take fire from both sides and ultimately come out on top. Not sure exactly how, but that's kind of the fun thing about watching this show in the first place. You never know what they might decide to do. Now, as to whether or not it's worth the watch, at this point I'm willing to give it a chance. The protagonist is nothing new, and his female entourage is rather stereotypical in a trope-filling kind of way, but this kind of story has never been told in this way, so I'm just kind of interested to see where they go with it. Like, all that matters at this point is whether or not the show decides to veer more towards a comedic aspect or something more like a war drama. But only time will tell on that. So what did you guys think? Let me know down in the whatchamajig, and if you have read the manga, because it actually finished quite a while ago, if I'm remembering correctly. No spoilers, please. Please. And if this video has piqued your interest, then I would like to inform you that Gate is available for legal streaming over on Crunchyroll, and it has also been picked up by Sentai Filmworks in North America, and I can only assume that eventually Sentai will then, dub it and release it on DVD, but then again, they might not dub it, so it might just be sub-only, in which case Crunchyroll is your friend. So yes, it's available on Crunchyroll for free as usual, except for the most recent episode, which is behind their premium service paywall. There is a link down in the description for a free trial if you are interested, by the by. So thank you for joining me on this first reaction. If you like this sort of thing, hit the thumbs up button or write a comment to let me know, as this is very much a work in progress, and I know I keep saying that not much has changed, but it will eventually, I promise. And, you know, I lie sometimes, but we'll see. Let me know down in the comments what you would like me to talk about from this new upcoming season when it comes out, and we'll see how that goes. And until then, ladies, gentlemen, and others, stay frosty.